what people realized is that ERP planning systems weren't good enough. I needed a better ability to forecast what was going to happen and plan how inventory was going to move around my network. So a whole new breed of software emerged, which is called advanced planning tools. These are your Kinaxis's, your OMPs, your O9s. And I'm using these names because I don't know if everybody understands the vendors that are out there. And these planning tools integrate with the ERP and quite literally are providing better forecasts and better plans than what the ERP would provide. You're simply taking a singular function the ERP supposedly performs and doing it slightly better. And so companies are now planning more effectively how they're going to move inventory through the network based on demand signals that they're seeing and order profiles that they're seeing from all of their customers. So that is an ERP, and that is what it does. But an ERP does not execute work. So generally, it's going to plan, we're going to move this inventory from node A to node B, or we're going to ship this to Walmart on Thursday, but it doesn't actually do the brokering of transportation. And so the next system that interacts with the ERP is called the TMS, which stands for Transportation Management System. And the Transportation Management System really does two things. It books freight throughout your network, and there's all sorts of different types of freight. Like I generally speak in truckload because I do a lot of work with CPG, but you're talking rail, you're talking plane, you're talking truck, you're talking boat. You might be talking last mile, right? There's all sorts of different TMS solutions out there. And Blue Yonder has one, Manhattan has one, Lean Logistics or Blue Jay or E2 Open is another prevalent one in the industry. And the TMS, unlike the ERP, operates in weeks and days. So it operates at a different time scale. It takes what we think needs to be shipped around the network from the ERP, it books the freight, and then it passes that data back to the ERP. So that's what happens in a TMS. And more often than not, there's an appointment scheduling tool that says, when am I showing up at the site? That's going to live inside of the TMS, or some people have a secondary system for it. But I don't necessarily know where it is at any point in time. And this whole notion of supply chain visibility got really popular at the beginning of COVID and has sustained popularity, which is why you have companies like Project 44 and 4Kites that operate what Gartner calls RTTVP platforms, which is real-time transportation visibility platforms. And what they are doing is they're telling you where your stuff is. I'm doing my best, Piyush, not to swear, at any point in time. And we're going to track every single load. So not only do you know when it was supposed to leave, you know when it left, and you know where it is, and you know how the driver's feeling, all of that data, right? So the real-time transportation visibility platform is in minutes and seconds telling you what's happening for the freight that you booked. That's all going back to the ERP. And just like the game of telephone, data is lost every time there's a hop between systems. So you guys are following. We've now booked all our freight. We're moving things throughout our network. We're delivering to our customers. But what we're not doing is we're not actually touching and handling individualized products. That's where the magic happens, right? Supply chain is a bottom-up function. At the end of the day, you need to put a box on a truck and make sure that box makes it to the end customer or onto the shelf, and you have done your job well. So for the execution piece of actually material handling, there's another system out there called a WMS, which is a warehouse management system. There are 4 major players in the WMS space. There's some really cool new ones coming out. The 4 are SAP has a WMS, Blue Yonder, Manhattan, and Kerber. There's also some really good ones like Softion that are up and coming as well. What the WMS does is it looks at the nodes in the supply chain. So each node being a warehouse, a distribution facility, even a plant that is shipping things out to different customers, and it's doing the inventory control. What item is going to what customer,